everyone. This is just a final request for the request to speak forms. All right, thank you.
All right, let's go ahead and get started and call to order this meeting of the Recreation and Parks Commission at 5:33 p.m. Let's go ahead and start with the Pledge of Allegiance. With allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Agenda item C, roll call. Commissioner Member Holloway. Present. Commissioner Member Smith. Present. Commissioner Member Bauer.
Present.
Commissioner Member Gonzalez. Okay. Absent. Commissioner Member Abong.
Present.
Commissioner Member Lewis.
Present.
Chair Huitron, excused. I would like to remind the audience that if they wish to address the Recreation and Parks Commission, they must submit a green request to speak form located at the podium in the back of the council chamber. Additionally, citizens can submit public comment to the Recreation and Parks Commission electronically no later than 1 p.m. on the day of the meeting. Comments received before the deadline will be sent to the Recreation and Parks Commission and will be part of the recording and will be mentioned as part of the public comment portion of the agenda. Material may be emailed to recreation@cityofmerced.gov and should be limited to 300 words or less. Any correspondence received after 1 p.m. will be distributed to the Recreation and Parks Commission and retained for the public record.
And if I could give a point of order for anyone that is part of the presentation on the use of Stephen Leonard Youth Center, you do not need to submit a green request to speak form. If you're part of the presentation, if you are speaking in support of a particular applicant, you would need to do so. Applicants will have 5 minutes to provide their information to the commission.
Just to confirm, so the next agenda item will be public comment. From the list, some of them have not been marked as which agenda item, so I just want to confirm that there's no public comment. Right, so agenda item D, public comment. Members of the audience who wish to speak on any matter not listed on the agenda may speak during this portion of the meeting and will be allotted 3 minutes. State law prohibits the Recreation and Parks Commissions from acting at this meeting on any matter raised during the public comment period. Members of the public who wish to speak on a matter that is listed on the agenda will be called upon during the discussion of that item. So just to confirm one more time, we don't have any public comments? All right, for record, no public comments. Agenda item E, consent calendar. Recreation and Parks Commission Annual Attendance Report.
Do we have a motion to approve the minutes?
I approve. Can I make a slight correction? It would be to approve the annual attendance report.
Oh,
All right, how about a motion to approve the annual attendance report?
I approve the annual attendance report. I second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Member Holloway and Commissioner Member Bong. Commissioners, please cast your votes. All right, motion passes unanimously. Action item F, consider proposals for lease of Stephen Leonard Youth Center for the next 5 years. And Commissioners, I do have 6 requests to speak forms.
Ms. Jocelyn, if I could ask the commission for a point of consideration, we do have a large group of applicants and supporters for each one here in attendance this evening. Another agenda item later on this evening is for your quarterly report from your current youth service providers. And I only see one right now in the audience, so I would ask if there's an opportunity for the commission to consider moving that agenda item first to hear their quarterly report, and that vendor can go about their business the rest of the evening before we open up the action item for consideration of Stephen Leonard Youth Center.
Do any commissioners oppose moving the schedule around? No. All right, then can I get a motion to approve the schedule change for tonight?
I approve the schedule change.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Member Holloway and a second by Commissioner Member Abong. Let me reset the... Commissioner members, please cast your votes. All right, motion passes unanimously. So, are we still having them come up? G1? Okay. Agenda item G, reports. G1, review youth service provider third quarter reports in consideration of their use of city recreational facilities.
Thank you, Commission. Just to introduce this item quickly to you, and for the edification of our audience, we have some vendors that are already awarded service agreements with youth centers throughout the city. Those providers are required to offer a quarterly report to you in consideration of their ongoing use of such facilities. One of your youth center providers is here this evening in the Boys and Girls Club of Merced County, and I would offer the floor to Ms. Jessica if she wanted to present on their outcomes this quarter. I didn't see any others come in, but their reports are available as attachments for your review as part of this report item. Ms. Jessica.
Good afternoon. So as described, my name is Jessica. I'm with the Boys and Girls Club, and I am here to go over a couple of items on our report for this third quarter. So for those of you that don't know, Boys and Girls Club does offer a $20 membership for the full year for after-school programming to all members. And we do offer $75 weekly scholarships are available, but if they're not scholared through the school district, it would be $75 weekly that the parents would have to pay for our specialty camps. And that would be, we offer spring camp, summer camp, president's camp, winter camp, and fall camp. And those would be $75 weekly. Also, this quarter, we had the participants served that were unduplicated at our youth center were 88. We didn't service any outside of that. Participants served through special events and camps were 88, and outside of the youth center was 8. And that was with a total of serviced contacts, all youth that were served were 1,080. The ages that were served were 14, with preschool being 0 to 5. School age being 6 to 17 was a total of 114. No young adults. Ethnicities, we had 28 African American, 14 Asian, 34 Hispanic, 21 white, 26 mixed, and 3 of other, and the different zip codes. Employed staff, we had a total of 22. Interns, total of 21. Volunteers, a total of 7. And so I'm going to go over some the success for this quarter. So during this reporting period, our program experienced positive growth in both membership and program quality. We welcomed more than 5 new members, reflecting continued interest from families seeking safe, supportive, and enriching environments for their children. To strengthen engagement, we expanded our enrichment offerings by incorporating hands-on learning opportunities such as cooking with kids and treats with Mrs. Alia, which allow youth to explore creativity, cultural awareness, and basic life skills through interactive activities. We also enhanced our program environment by giving the facility a makeover, including fresh paint to create a more welcoming and engaging space for our members. We also launched a new cohort of our work readiness program, designed to support high school students in building essential career readiness skills such as communication, responsibility, teamwork, and professionalism. In preparation for implementation, we provided training to our workforce readiness staff to ensure they are equipped to effectively support youth development and deliver quality instruction. This program continues to create meaningful pathways to youth to prepare for future employment and leadership opportunities. A notable success story from this period includes a former workforce readiness participant applying for a youth development professional position, demonstrating the program's impact in building confidence and long-term career interest in youth development. So what that consists of, I'm going to get into a little bit more of that. This weekend, we actually had him be one of our guest speakers. We hosted our annual gala this year on Friday. Thank you to those who were able to join. And this student came to us with our work readiness program, and time went by. He gave us his story where he was like, why am I not going to be able to come back and give some more of my time and make money for it? So we interviewed him, and now he's a staff member. He's part of our team, but he had just came into the program through our work readiness. So that was a really good outcome. So I'm going to skip overall. We did American Sign Language. So with our cooking class that we brought in for our kids that I kind of went over a little bit, the program that we brought in, the kids get to travel the world. So she brings in a little passport and she teaches the kids how to cook Mexican food, Italian food, and they get a little stamp or a sticker in their passport. So every time that they get to cook, they get to do all of that. And I mean, it's interactive. You see behaviors. Our behaviors were like the best during the time that she's been there. So it's definitely something that we're going to continue. Barriers that we continue to see, it's transportation. It's very limited. And that's something that we've been dealing with and are actually working to address and hopefully get that out of the way. And so we're trying to strengthen that through partnerships, evaluating transportation options, adjusting program schedules when possible to better meet family needs. Despite these barriers, we remain committed to ensuring youth have access to safe, supportive, and enriching opportunities that promote academic success, skill development, and positive peer engagement. And I did include a few pictures here as well for you guys to review.
Thank you. Any questions for the vendor?
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you,
Ms.
appreciate it.
Chess.
Can I get a motion to accept the report from the Boys and Girls Club?
I motion to accept.
I second.
I'm sorry, we actually need a motion to support all of the youth servicers reports submitted.
I motion to approve all of them.
I second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Member Holloway and a second from Commissioner Member Lewis. Commissioner members, please cast your votes. Motion passes unanimously. Agenda item H, business, request to add item to future agenda. Oh, F. Okay. Agenda item F, action item, consider proposals for lease of consideration proposals for lease of Stephen Leonard Youth Center for the next 5 years. Should be.
Check. All right. Good evening, community and commission. Christopher Jensen, Parks and Community Services Director. This item's been a long time coming. This facility has been under renovation for approximately 3 years now. It is in the heart of South Merced. This facility historically has been utilized by outside organizations looking to extend family and youth-centered programming in the neighborhood around the park, Stephen Leonard. We worked with our engineering team for several years now to produce a facility we feel meets the needs of the community. And this evening, we are here asking your consideration of several organizations who have prepared proposals just to do that through their own services in that area. Just for some edification, this commission met 3 months ago, identified a subcommittee of your peers to review the proposals that were submitted. This commission did not vote or support a vote of confidence for moving forward as a result of that subcommittee's review of the proposals. So this evening, you had asked staff to bring back this item for your consideration with the opportunity for each applicant to propose in front of you or present in front of you their proposal that was submitted. For context, this is a 5-year service agreement that we're looking for, 5-year lease agreement for services that we're looking for a vendor to provide services out of Stephen Leonard Youth Center with the option to extend an additional 5 years. So much like we have with the McCombs Youth Center for the Boys and Girls Club of Merced County, this would be a similar term and agreement for use there. We're looking forward to each proposal. There was a lot of work put into this process, so we appreciate everybody's support and interest in serving our community in South Merced. We did not put them in any particular order other than alphabetical, so please bear with me if you happen to be Youth Leadership Institute, because you are a Y. But first, we're going to ask Cal Links to come up and start us off with their proposal, and we will be followed by Community Commons, the Dr. Jennifer Jones Foundation, GLOM, and Merced Community College, and Merced Youth Leadership Institute.
Director Jensen?
Yes.
So do you want the commission to hold comments until all providers have read their proposal?
Thank you, Commissioner Bauer. Each proposer will have 5 minutes to present. We'll offer the commission the opportunity to ask clarifying questions after each proposal is presented, just so you're aware of what your feelings or questions may be related to each proposer. At the end of this process, we will ask the commission for your vote of confidence, making a nomination of a primary candidate to take in front of our council. Sometimes things happen between the time of application and the time of award, so we are asking this commission to also come up with 2 alternates for council's consideration, which will all 3 be carried forward by staff on your behalf.
Director Jensen, we do have 6 requests. After proposals, we'll be doing the public comments.
Correct.
Okay.
Thank you.
And just as a reminder, for proposals, you will be getting 5 minutes. For public comments, it will be 3 minutes.
Okay, cool. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having us. I appreciate it. My name's Patricia Alcacer, and I'm with Cal Links, the nonprofit organization that's proposing to utilize the facility for the next 5 years. I'm also with my colleague, MJ, and I don't know, our PowerPoint presentation is not up. Sorry about this. Excuse me.
It's loading. Oh. There we go.
Okay, good. So my name is Patricia Alcacer. I'm with Cal Links, and this is my colleague, Mary Jo. She's our community outreach.
Let me restart the clock. Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Good evening, commissioners and community. I'm very happy to be here. My name is Patricia Alcacer, and I'm with CalLinks, and this is my colleague, Mary Jo, and we are going to present a presentation regarding the use of the facility. So first, we'll start talking about where CalLinks is coming from and what our proposal is. So CalLinks is a nonprofit organization that has been established in 2023. We're serving members across 6 of the counties within Central California. We're in Merced, Madera, Fresno, Monterey, San Benito, and San Joaquin. We've been awarded in the last 8 months over $10 million. We received $8 million from the Department of Health and Services, the state, along with $1.4 million from the Alliance, Central California Alliance for Health, and we've also been supported by First Five. So why do you need us here in Merced? I believe that we would do a great job here in Merced in providing services. As I researched, I did see that in Merced, around 24% of families live in poverty. There are over 800 violent crimes per 100 residents. The age of the median in our city is roughly 30, and the number one need is after-school program spaces for young people. So we have looked at the CHA, which is the Community Health Assessment Plan for Public Health and Mercy Medical Center. And what we found was that there are needs that we can fulfill. So there's a need and there's a gap for youth behavioral health access. We feel we can fill that need with our staff. All our staff are bilingual, peer-led support specialists. They've been trained as CHW, community health workers, and majority of them are from either this area here or coming as residents from Los Baños. So we have 3 components to our proposal. The first component is a day community hub, a second an after-school program, and the third being a seasonal evening block. So first we'll talk about the community hub. So the community hub would run Monday through Friday from 8 to 2. And would offer stability, navigation, and family support. This is actually through a contract that we have with the Central California Alliance for Health. It offers care coordination, resource navigation, family support, and drop-in wellness.
So the way that we work with our members is we do a triage, and we have our members come in and we kind of rate them on their services of needs. So we put that into category, and then we also schedule appointments with them. We work with them hand on hand. We don't just, here's a number, here's a resource, and go ahead and call them. We work hand in hand with them. We connect with the resources that we are handing them off with, so it is a little bit more comfortable for them. And then we do follow up with our members, so we are constantly making sure that they are staying on top of their appointments and maintaining that connection with our members as well. So that's something that we would do for the hub portion.
So the next part here is the after-school program. This program would be Monday through Friday as well from 2 to 6, and we'd offer academics, support, mentorship, recreation, and restorative circles. The last activity that we propose is an evening programming where we would work with other organizations to offer activities such as young parent groups, workforce readiness, wellness, education, and restorative support.
So we put this together, we found the building, and we used AI. So we wanted to show like how it would look, what we would like to do with it. We would have like our entryway to check in. The community hub would be like the office area. Service counter, we would do our intake assessment, like what I was saying, the triage, snack distribution. Then we have the after school center where we would like to have activities for the kids, safe place. The large program room, that's where we want to do like the arts and craft, maybe a computer lab in there, or just a quiet area for kids to come in, do homework, study, and then a private room for confidentiality, if they have any questions or they're needing that peer support, resource linkage, and having that one-on-one time with their case manager as well.
So we are gonna breeze through these last slides. Basically, we wanted to show that we have familiarity with.
Your allotted time has ended, ladies.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cal Links. I believe next we have, is it Community Commons? Okay, Community Commons of Merced. Oh, Eli, just one second, I apologize. If we do have any public comment related to, or any questions for Cal Links rather, from the commission, we do need to ask those before we move on. I apologize, Eli. Any questions from the commissioners for Cal Links regarding their presentation? Okay, thank you.
Ready?
All right. Hi there. My name is Eli Sachs. I'm a registered nurse here in Merced. I'm with LGBTQ Merced, and I also deploy to disasters with the American Red Cross as a nurse. And I've been working on building the idea of a community commons here in Merced for the past 5 years. So Merced lacks an inclusive community center serving all ages, where grassroots orgs can and cultural groups can meet for free. A community center, like our community commons, could serve as a central hub for people to come connect with others working on issues they are passionate about and find opportunities to volunteer. So there are several service gaps in Merced County that our coalition of 7 different organizations are already serving and filling, and we could seamlessly begin providing these services for free to the community with access to the Stephen Leonard Youth Center. Camila, did you want to talk briefly about what Red Cross does in this area and what they could do with this space?
Hello, good evening. So Red Cross provides not only blood drives, but disaster preparedness education for children pre-K to 2nd grade, including adults, and talking about different disasters. They install free smoke alarms when requested. We just provide different presentations like hands-only CPR training, including certification, if anyone was interested in that, basic life support. But also in addition, did we mention Freedom Oasis? Freedom Oasis, a new victim services agency that we're bringing up now, and we have our 501c3 would also be providing restraining order workshops, group counseling sessions for victims of crime.
And part of our coalition is already distributing Narcan in the community, and that is a crucial service gap in our community because there isn't anywhere else currently providing free Narcan. So this is our team. So we've got together a coalition of 7 different organizations, including the Red Cross, the MICA Project, which provides support groups and resources for foster and adoptive youth. Plig Merced is a Hmong cultural group providing services and in Hmong. And Robert Rojas Foundation Worldwide has been providing free naloxone to the community since 2021. LGBTQ Merced, Freedom Oasis, as we just mentioned, and Journeys for Justice with 20 years of connecting immigrant families to support and resources. Crucial in this time. So again, just a very brief overview in our 5 minutes of family-oriented programming that we are prepared to start offering immediately at the Stephen Leonard Youth Center, including Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, Haunted House, crafts and creative nights, book clubs that we're already providing to the community, and to have a central place for people to go and learn about all these different services in English, Spanish, and Hmong would be just transformative for our community, we believe. So like I said, we've got 7 diverse community organizations come together as a coalition to create this proposal, and we are committed to maximizing programming at the Stephen Leonard Youth Center, including being open all weekends and some evenings during the week, and providing a full calendar of family-oriented activities throughout the year. In addition to continuous community engagement and acting as an incubator for new grassroots organizations and continually researching new partnerships and ways to serve the community. This is just a little bit of our collective experience in Merced, like I've already talked about, distributing free Narcan, human rights advocacy. LGBT Merced for 2 years has provided free monthly meals for our community, and victim services, support groups, and more. So on our presentation, we've got links if you have more questions about any of our organizations. Yeah, and thank you. Yeah, did you want to say anything more? I think that's, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I could say just a little bit.
Sure.
I'm working in different roles in this community and seeing the needs of this community. It's extremely important to have something very diverse, especially on the south side, and making sure resources are getting to them, including something like victim services, different things like where the Easter Bunny's gonna be there and Santa Claus and these different events where kids know they have something to look forward to, especially in the south side, which is lacking a lot of different things. So this would be a wonderful opportunity for us. So thank you for the time.
Thank you. We appreciate your time. Yeah.
Next, we have GLOM SLC Merced.
All right. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for the opportunity to present today. We're excited to share our vision for the Stephen Leonard Youth Center, and we're hoping that it's a place that provides hope, that's structured, and that develops risk-taking leaders that are ready to be balanced out here in the community and are ready to thrive. Who are we? I'm Lawrence Graham. I'm the program manager for GLOMTE.
And I'm Michael McGlory. I run employment for GLOMTE. So GLOMTE brings over 20 years of experience serving youth and families with strong roots in Merced County. We understand the challenges that young people face every day in this county and provide support through structure, compassion, and real results.
Not only do we understand the challenges, we are the challenges. We are the youth, as you can see in our face. So we actually resonate and relate to the youth every day. So our proposed use of the facility. So this facility will be transformed into a fully active community hub where youth and families can access after-school programs, workforce readiness, life skills training, and enrichment opportunities in a safe and structured environment. So we want the youth and families to be able to come together in the community for like careers, for different jobs, independent living if they don't have any like housing, if there's housing instability for the kids. We want this to be a place where the family can come there and engage with their kids and watch their kids grow and develop into something thriving in the community.
Our primary focus is transitional age youth, ages 16 through 25, especially those aging out of foster care, experiencing housing instability, those youth that are involved in the justice system or navigating financial hardship and transitioning to adulthood.
Our programs are designed for real outcomes, and they include tutoring, mentoring, college preparation, resume building, interview readiness, budgeting, and independent living skills, wellness, and along with recreation for all ages 16 to 25.
Our programs are designed for real outcomes. Our weekly schedule is structured and intentional, moving youth through academic support, life skills development, workforce readiness, wellness activities, and family engagement, creating consistency and accountability every day.
So as you can see, we have it laid out like by time. So around 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, they have their academic support, and by the end of the day, they have their family programming and engagement. So that's when like there's the community events going on, and you can't leave out the weekend, where the community events and the leadership programs are actually going on, along with like resource fairs and career fairs for the students and for the youth.
Honestly, I feel like that's where most of our impact will be done during the weekends. The weekday is not too much youth is going to be out in the communities, but on the weekends is really where we want to latch on to this youth and rehabilitate them. So.
Yeah, so we will operate consistent weekday programming with expanded services during school breaks and summer, ensuring the Career Center remains active and accessible, responsive to all community needs throughout the time.
We'll bring real operational experience, including staffing, supervision, compliance, safety protocols, and program delivery systems that ensure services are structured, accountable, and effective.
As far as our financial model goes, it's very sustainable and is diversified through Medi-Cal, managed care, and collaborative funding streams, allowing for long-term stability and responsible operations.
Our 5-year vision is to make this center a cornerstone of Merced, supporting youth leadership, school partnerships, workforce pipelines, and strong family engagement systems.
Tenant improvements. So for tenant improvements, our approach is minimum and very responsible. We are not just requesting major renovations, only basic furnishing and technology upgrades needed to support programming and all subjects to city approval.
We believe in a strong community partnership by maintaining clear communication, structured programming, cleanliness, safety, and respect for the surrounding neighborhood.
And we're also committed to transparency through regular reporting, collaboration with the city, and continuous improvement so that the impact and operations remain visible and accountable for the whole city to see.
In closing, this is more than just an occupying facility. It's about activating a space that can change lives for generations. Together, we can bring direction to the youth, support families, and pride in the Merced County. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Questions? I do have one question, gentlemen, real quickly. So on one of the slides for financial capacity, you talked about Medi-Cal and limited renovations being required to the facility. As of what you know of the building right now, would there be any modifications required in order to be certified by Medi-Cal to be able to bill for services out of the facility?
From what we know about the building right now currently, no, sir.
Okay, thank you.
South Merced Park Space.
I think it's going to be, 1 second, Mr. Ornelas, I think it's going to be Merced Community College. The PowerPoint. It's not going to be the Adobe because I think theirs had a video along with it, so it'll be, no, okay. Yep, and just put it in slide, if you would. Thank you.
All right, good evening, commissioners and city staff. Thank you for the opportunity to present tonight. My name is Joe Serena, Dean of Allied Health and Public Safety at Merced College, and I'm joined by our Vice President, Kelly Avila. We appreciate the opportunity to share Merced College's proposal and vision for the Stephen Leonard Youth Center. Our proposal is centered on 3 key areas: education, workforce, and family support. Our goal is to help activate this center as a welcoming and meaningful community resource in South Merced. We also want to recognize the community partners who provide letters of support, including the Central Valley Opportunity Fund, Kim Garner, NAACP, Alan Brooks, the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, Dr. Nadine Villafana, Merced City School District, and the Workforce Development Board, Eric Serrato. Their support reflects the shared belief that South Merced deserves strong and accessible educational opportunities for children, families, and the broader community. The proposal directly responds to the city's interest in having qualified organizations operate programs and services at the Stephen Leonard Youth Center. The city identified priority areas that include youth development, educational support, and family services, workforce development, health and wellness, cultural programming, and other community uses. Merced College is well positioned to answer that call. We bring experience operating educational programs, managing public resources, supporting students and families, and building community partnerships. This is not just about using a building. It's about creating a trusted educational presence in South Merced. Our goals are focused on access, support, and long-term success. We want to expand access to education, workforce training, and student support services directly within South Merced. We also want to support youth development, academic engagement, early college and career awareness, and help adult earners with enrollment, persistence, and navigation of educational pathways. Most importantly, we want this to be welcoming and supportive environment that encourages people to keep coming back. The programming opportunities include education and workforce pathways, adult education and advising, technology access, supportive learning spaces, community enrichment, and connecting to a bachelor's degree and promise programs. We also see this as a place where students and families can receive help with college applications, financial aid, academic advising, career readiness, resume preparedness, interview skills, and digital literacy. Merced College has also committed to a community survey of South Merced in the zip code 95341. So programming reflects the actual voices, interests, and needs of the community. This slide shows that Merced College is not coming forward with just an idea. We already have taken steps to prepare a successful launch. We are ready to move forward with community survey, continue strengthening partnerships, and we have pursued $1.5 million in direct congressional funding to enhance the project and support the broader education and workforce vision of South Merced. If this lease is approved, we are prepared to move quickly toward implementation. In 2026, Merced College's College for Kids program will celebrate its 50th year of serving in our youth and community. We believe the Stephen Leonard Youth Center is an ideal location to help celebrate that milestone. If the lease is approved and we are able to take over the facility this summer, we are ready to launch free College for Kids programming and bring youth enrichment opportunities directly into the neighborhood. The images on this slide are representative of our intent for the use of this center. They reflect the type of welcoming, professional, and organized environment Merced College would seek to create. We want families and students to walk in and feel like this is the place where they belong, where they can ask questions, receive support, attend programs, and see themselves connected to future opportunities. The conference and multi-purpose spaces would allow us to host workshops, advising opportunities, family engagement activities, community partnerships, and workforce development activities. To summarize, Merced College is ready to launch the community survey, continue working with community partners, pursue $1.5 million in direct federal funding, and prepare Merced College Summer for Kids program. Our RFI also includes a staffing network to support daily operations and student services. We are prepared to get organized and ready to move forward. In closing, Merced College brings the resources, experience, staffing, and commitment needed to support a new beginning in South Merced. We are asking for the commission's support for the lease agreement and the opportunity to move forward. Our hope is to establish a lasting and meaningful presence in South Merced. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a question. I loved how you guys talked about job readiness and financial aid support and all of that. Would you have to already be a student at Merced College in order to receive these services, or are you guys opening up your building to anybody in the community that may need help and support?
So this would be a traditional services. Merced College, like all community colleges, is open to every and anyone in the community. So the doors are open. So we have high school students are enrolled in courses, as well, obviously adults, so everybody of all ages.
Questions?
I have a question. Do you have staff that is, that speaks Hmong also, or Spanish and?
We do. We have staff that are bilingual, and we do have Hispanic and Hmong.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, another question.
You got it.
Are you hiring more staff to fill this building, or would you already take staff that you have and move them here?
That's a great question. We have the staffing to be able to staff it as is with staff that we already have, and we would also hire additional staff. And that plan has been built out and is part of the submission.
Right, if I can add to that, the plan is to grow in South Merced. So the idea is we enjoy the fact that there's a 10-year option on the lease to grow staffing so that we can grow with the building and grow with the community.
Thank you, Merced College. Our next presenter, Youth Leadership Institute.
How do we switch slides? Is this with the arrow button? Okay. Okay. Yeah, good evening, everybody. And my name is Jesse Ornelas. I'm the Director of Programs with the YLI Merced office. And I just want to express my gratitude for this opportunity to present our proposal and our intentions with this youth space. So YLI Merced has been in existence. So this past December 1st, it was 8 years. So we're working on our 9th year. Annually, we serve up to 120 youth that are within our community programs. And at our Healing Generation Center, which is located on the corner of M Street and Main, we have had over 900 young people walk through the doors to receive services and to join community programs and be a part of different community events that we've held. And that is not counting the community members that come in to utilize our pantry Monday through Friday from 9 to 6 p.m. The demographics of the young people that we serve, over 50% of them are Latinx, 14% are Black, 10% Asian, and 7% are multiracial or indigenous. Our Healing Generation Center, which opened up in October, this past October, we celebrated our 1-year anniversary of having the HGC. Our location is 1726 M Street. And the services that we provide there through our partnerships with local agencies is suicide prevention, housing navigation, linkages to vocational training and educational supporting services, peer support services, and linkages to treatment for substance use disorder. And most recently, we have hired a community health worker to help with young people navigating the health disparities that they're having to navigate. We have community programming there 5 days a week, which is why we have such high numbers that come into the center. Those programs vary from youth media programs, programs that focus on cultural healing, as well as programs that focus on youth advocacy around city park spaces. We have a big focus of, hold on one sec, my arrow isn't working. So YLI Merced, we are really big on wellness for young people. We're there to provide youth across Merced County with resources and services to mental health. The center is we have partnered with 5 other local organizations, and those organizations are Valley Onward. We've had previous partnerships with Cal Pride to serve the LGBTQ youth community that come there, Food para Todos. We have an indigenous elder that really champions our cultural healing, Naicha Dominguez, and we've had partnerships with the Urbanist Collective to provide mental health services through art. The young people have had a really good time utilizing these partnerships in the past, and we're hoping to continue these type of resources. So YLI, our financial capabilities can cover facility-related costs. We have 8 offices throughout California. So those are our offices in the Bay Area, the Central Valley, and Eastern Coachella Valley, as well as Long Beach. We have an annual budget of over $9 million. We have over 35 government contracts. We also have 60 contracts through foundations. We have also spent a lot of investment internally. We developed internal systems that has helped us improve and strengthen our efficacy, and so that allows like those of us that work with young people, to focus on working with the youth. Locally, we have a $1.2 million budget this past year. 18 contracts are managed, and we are the second largest YLA office. The community need, so we have surveyed 250 Merced youth. 50% have never received help from the county resources. One sec, please. Could I have some time back from the time with the presentation wasn't changing slides? Okay, and then through that survey, 50% never received help from county resources. 57% reported they have experienced stigma about mental health, and 60% said that they do not seek mental health help despite having mental health challenges. So having a space like what we provide helps with that stigma and helps get access to the resources that they need.
Sorry, one question. What age group do you focus on right now?
So we work primarily with 14 to 24, but we have currently started programs at Alicia Reyes School with the Long-Term English Learners Program. So now it goes down to 10 and 11-year-olds. And then we also have strong partnerships with other organizations where we plan on subleasing some of the property there, and then as well as doing a community survey. And so when we plan on using the facility, it'll be more tailored to what the needs and wants of the young people that live directly around the center. Any other questions?
What would the hours of operations be typically?
We'd be probably from 9 to 7 p.m.
Okay.
9 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Monday through Friday?
Correct.
Okay.
With access to on the weekends as well.
What type of activities would be offered?
Well, we through our partnership with the Central California Alliance for Health, health fairs, health clinics, those type of things, as well as our partnerships with some of the economic development organizations, providing job fairs, those type of things.
Would you keep your current location, or were you looking to eliminate that and move slowly in here?
We would probably centralize out of the Stephen Leonard Center.
Okay.
But that's still up for discussion on our side of the table.
Do you have multilingual employed?
Right now,
volunteers?
most of the folks that work for us will either speak English or Spanish, but we would partner with some of the other community-based organizations that have those resources. Thank you.
Thank you.
Before we continue, I do have 6 requests. Is there anything else you guys would like to include?
I did want to ask just briefly, is anyone from the Dr. Jennifer Jones Foundation present? Mr. Henry, would you like to come give a short overview of your proposal? Yes. Awesome. And just as a reminder, each applicant does have 5 minutes to discuss the proposal, and then we will open it up after this presentation for public comment related to any of the proposals heard this evening.
Hi, my name is Mark Henry. I'm with the Dr. Jennifer M. Jones Foundation. We are a nonprofit here at Merced that has been here for the last few years and have a few offices across California as well. I actually wanted to come here to just one, show face and make sure that I showed myself, but also formally let the council and everyone else know that we will be rescinding our proposal. We are willing and we are more willing to partner with all community-based organizations, especially whomever takes hold of the Stephen Leonard Center. However, we felt as a foundation that our services would be better as partners with organizations than taking on another facility. And so I just wanted to show my face though and let everyone know that. And hopefully that will be able to, for whomever takes over the center and to the organizations that don't as well, to let y'all know that our doors are still always open for communication and for bridges to be built. And I hope that, then we hope that whoever takes over it has good luck with it and thrives. So thank you so much for listening to me and giving me time.
Thank you, Mr. Henry. Thank you.
Thank you.
We will now continue with public comments. If I could please have Aris de los Reyes please come up to the podium.
Hello, everyone. My name is Aries de los Reyes. I go by they, them pronouns. And I'm speaking on behalf of the Community Commons. I believe that truly and genuinely we need to have a community center based here in Merced for our community. One that has a lot of resources, one that provides inclusivity, one that provides humanitarian aid, one that really, truly, genuinely shows and nurtures the community and bringing forward a growth for our community, a growth in how we share and provide to our community. And yeah, I thank you for taking my comment.
Next, we'll hear from Bryn Shields.
Hello, my name is Rin. I would like to make a public comment about the Community Commons. I think the Community Commons would be an amazing addition to South Merced. They're offering so much. They had so many different organizations that they were collaborating with. I think all of them together could really put that space to good use. We really need more diverse secular spaces for community members to be able to go and form bonds and learn good information. That disaster relief training stuff, that's really nice. That's nice to have offered to the community for free. I think they would be a great place to get resources from. So, thank you so much.
Next, can I have Marilyn Sobel please come up to the podium?
Good evening, Commissioners. Thank you. I also am speaking in support of the Community Commons, which I think there are several reasons why they should receive the contract for the Stephen Leonard Center. So first of all, they're a really good combination of long-term organizations and also youth-oriented leaders, which we really need to see more of. What I think is especially important is that they have deep ties already to the South Merced community. Many of them live in the area or work frequently with people who live in the area, and I think this is really important in terms of trust. So when people are accessing services, first they have to trust the service provider, and so I feel that the various leaders of the community commons are trusted providers. Another point in their favor is that they are a diverse range of organizations representing many different community needs. And because they are part of these communities themselves, they are in the best position to figure out exactly what sort of services the community would like to see provided. They also have a great deal of experience providing services to at-risk and diverse communities. Because it's a cooperative group, they can facilitate a sharing of financial resources. 5 years is a long time. As we've seen, you can move from great economic shape to economic uncertainty. And so this provides a kind of safety net that I think is really important for financial stability, but also enhances leadership. It gives people an opportunity to take turns, and it's going to reduce burnout, which can happen a lot when you are trying to provide for communities. And then I think it can enhance the community, most importantly, by offering a lot of space for various community groups that really need it, of course with city approval, but because they plan to be open late in the evening and on the weekends when there is virtually no free community space offered, that is going to give many community groups the chance to meet together and discuss other important community needs. Multiple groups also allow for enough personnel to consistently stay open on evenings and weekends, as well as during the week for after-school programs. And then finally, this is just my personal opinion, but I feel like a city space should be offered to people that are not going to have other opportunities. If you can afford, if you are well-resourced, you really don't need a very inexpensive community space. Also, I'm a little bit confused about Merced College and whether or not they're charging for their services.
Your
Sorry.
time has concluded.
Get that in.
Thank you.
Next, can I have Kim Garner please come up to the podium?
Hi, commissioners and staff. Thanks for having me tonight. My name is Kim Garner. I'm the Executive Director of Opportunity Merced, formerly the Central Valley Opportunity Fund. And I'm here today to express my strong support and our strong support for Merced College's proposal for Stephen Leonard Youth Center. When Merced College reached out to us about this, we got so incredibly excited because higher ed has needed an anchor in South Merced for as long as we can remember. And this is exactly the kind of investment South Merced deserves. The city's request of interest clearly prioritizes youth development, educational support, workforce pathways, family services, and Merced College's proposal delivers directly on every one of those priorities. What makes this proposal especially compelling in my mind is it's not just a program, but it's a system of support and services. Merced College is proposing to bring education, workforce training, family support services directly into South Merced. For families in South Merced, access has historically been a huge barrier, as we all know. This project removes that barrier. It creates a place where a young person can get homework help, explore career pathways, and see a future for themselves, all in a space that's A, close to home, B, familiar, and C, incredibly welcoming. Higher ed for them would just not be aspirational, but it would be attainable. It also supports parents and adult learners, helping them navigate education, job training, and resources to strengthen an entire household. That matters because when you invest in a young person, you can change a life. When you invest in a family, you can change a trajectory. And when you invest in a place like this, consistently and intentionally, you can change an entire community. This proposal also brings strong capacity. Merced College has experience, infrastructure, and the long-term commitment to operate and grow this center in a way that's sustainable and very impactful. Commissioners, this is a thoughtful, ready-to-launch, community-centered proposal. It activates an existing public access. It meets clearly defined community needs and positions South Merced youth and families for long-term success. I respectfully encourage you to support Merced College's proposal, and thank you for your time tonight.
Can I please have Eric Serrato come to the podium?
Good evening. My name is Eric Serrato, and I am the Executive Director of the Merced County Workforce Development Board. I'm here to speak on behalf and in support of Merced College's application. But I do want to start by recognizing all the incredible community organizations that have come out tonight. Foremost, a longtime partner of ours, which is YLI. YLI has been a partner of the Workforce Board for some time. In fact, we just submitted a co-application to the Department of Labor for youth and reentry services that we hope to hear back from very soon. It's inspiring to see so many organizations come out and propose their services. The Sandovals did not put a proposal together, but they probably should because they're always advocating for young people. In fact, Gloria calls me all the time and reminds me that I should be doing more for young people. So thank you to the Sandovals as well for their dedication to this community. Our relationship to Stephen Leonard has gone back a few years. About 3 years ago, the Workforce Board was part of another partnership that was looking to staff youth services and career readiness at Stephen Leonard. That proposal at that time included a connection to summer jobs, career guidance, work readiness training, job fairs for youth, and other services. And over those 3 years, that idea kind of got sidelined. And that's why we were incredibly excited and grateful when Merced College came back to us and asked us to revive those resources in partnership with their effort. And we certainly will do that. We certainly intend to support with staff time, with resources, with scholarships. And that's because our partnership with the college is not new. They are not just a major partner of ours, they are our #1 partner. In fact, we do something different with them just about every week, which includes business attraction, training, labor market information, and WorkNet actually opened an office in Merced College's Los Banos office. So if the proposal went Merced College's way, we would again double down on that partnership to extend the impact of WorkNet and the Workforce Board to serve even more young people. Our relationship with them is an established and structural collaboration that could encompass this new opportunity. And again, we thank you for your time.
Okay, can I get Chris Vitelli to please come to the podium?
Good evening, Commission. Pleasure to be here tonight. I'm Chris Vitelli, President of Merced College. First of all, I want to echo what Eric said as well. What an amazing community we live in. To have so many wonderful community-based organizations and nonprofits and partnerships all committed to making this a place better for the youth in our community. So very privileged to share this space with those in the room tonight and would be honored to partner with any of you on furthering these causes, whether it's at the Stephen Leonard Park or at our main campus, at our downtown business resource center in Los Banos. We'd be privileged to call you partners in the work that you're all doing. Merced College is an institution that's been here since the 1960s. We serve a very vulnerable population. You're familiar most likely with the population. In fact, if I were to have people in this room raise their hand, I'm sure most of you would say that you've had some connection to Merced College directly or indirectly. 50% more of our students are first-generation college students. 67% Hispanic serving institution. More than 70% of our students are on some form of financial aid. We just gave out $350,000 in scholarships this past year. And that money goes towards individuals who can't afford an education. In fact, because we are the best bang for your buck when it comes to higher education, we are serving more than 23,000 students this year alone in Merced County. Students who come to us first year full-time are free. And those who qualify for financial aid, we do whatever we can to make sure they're connected to the right resources. And for those who do have to pay for their education, which most in our community don't, it is as low as $46 a unit. For our services, if you are a student, whether a non-credit student, which has no tuition at all, or a student enrolled in a half unit, you have access to every one of our support services, and that would be the same at the Stephen Leonard Park Community Center for Merced College. We serve foster youth, veterans. Our athletic population has special support services. Formerly incarcerated students have special services. High school students, and as you heard tonight, even students as young as 2 years old have access through College for Kids. With our support services, every single student has access to a food bank, technology services, textbook support. We help students with CalFresh applications. We have a career center, a transfer center, dedicated counseling, and the support goes on and on. So we hope that you will support our proposal on taking the Stephen Leonard Park and serving the South Merced community to its fullest extent. We're excited about the opportunity and appreciate your support. Thank you so much.
So the recommendation, Commissioner members, was to adopt a motion.
Yeah, so that was all our presenters for the evening, Commission. So now is your chance to have a dialogue among yourselves and speak through what you heard this evening. Again, as a reminder, this is not a staff decision. This is a commission decision. Also, this is a recommendation that we take to our council from you as an advisory body. Ultimately, the decision lies with our city council, but they do appreciate your community input as a commission and have asked that we gather a primary candidate with 2 alternates for their review later on in May. So I'll turn it over to your chair, Mr. Bauer, to lead that conversation and facilitate decision-making.
All right, does anybody want to kick off the comments or?
This building got to be more than just a building. It's got to be a home for the community and the people in the community. I was noticing everybody want to get in the building. It was up to me. I would give it to all. You always got good ideas, and we need to all come to one as one. But I didn't hear nobody say how we gonna recruit these kids to get in off the streets. You know, fentanyl is killing, and social media is stealing. So we got to figure out something in the community. Education is good, but I think that we need a apprenticeship program to teach you a trade. You can learn your ABCs, but what you're going to do when you get out of college? Are you going to learn a trade before you get out of high school? You got to know something, because life doesn't come with instructions. I like the idea that all your houses come out, and appreciate it. It was up to me. I put all y'all in the building, you know what I'm saying, as one. But I love you fact you guys came out, but I was just thinking, how do we want to get these children, how we off the streets and get them to, you know, how we get their attention. I'm a football coach. I've been doing it for 40 years. I got 10 sons, 7 daughters, and 60 grandkids. And it ain't easy, you know what I'm saying, following instructions in life. So I fact the fact that you guys showed up and everybody's here, I would like to see all y'all get at a table and sit around and share your ideas and come up with one, you know, one big team. All right, thank you.
Okay, it's a really hard decision. I love Merced, and for me, I'm really looking at South Merced. Merced College looked really pretty, and they had a lot, but for me, I'm like in between with them because They all came looking really nice in their suits, and I love it. But in South Merced, when I think of my mom who'd be like, that's not for us. Like, we don't go there. That's too pretty. It's too nice, you know? Who's going to be there welcoming the door? And how is that community really going to know, like, this is for everybody? Because my mom would be like, no, we don't go to Merced College. We don't go there, is how I'm thinking of the community there. It'd be confusion if they are welcome there. I fear that they would feel intimidated. Because if we're being honest, a lot of these kids are still not growing up thinking they're college material. And this building being labeled as Merced College, oh, I'm not going to college, I'm not going to step into there, is just another thought that I have for that building. I'm also wondering if that is it, you know, and I think of the contrast. Is that building there so that they are going to be welcoming and giving people tours to the bigger building and being like, it looks scary, it's super big, this huge campus, let's start you here, and then slowly take you to the bigger campus so you can know what it's like and not be scared. Because I remember my first day at Merced College and I was like, now what? I made it here, but now what do I do? So I see this of being a great place of like, oh, we have somebody who is going to take you to the campus and show you, like, this is the art building, you know, this is this building, this is where you buy your parking pass. So I do see Merced College of like helping those who said, I'm probably never going to go to college, being like, you can, let us show you how. And we'll start you small and then lead you to something big. I guess I'm just curious too on the advertisement for the Merced College for Kids. I know it's mostly all digital to sign up for Merced College for Kids. My mom can barely play bingo on her cell phone, so can moms in the South community access to register their kids for Merced College online? How is that working for the South Merced, who these mothers may struggle, grandmothers, sign up their children for these programs and understand that it's truly free? I guess I wanted to hear more on how they were going to talk to the community and get their attention, because I really didn't see that during their presentation. I also wanted to see more I saw it from some, how they were going to use their day and their time, because it was with the community commons. I love how they have so many people willing to come together, but for me, I struggle with, is that too many people, and how is that going to get controlled, and who's getting the building at what time, or this person has this room, this one has that room. I wish they would have spoken more about, hey, you know, Red Cross will be all the time in this room, and then this room will be split in half or something like that. And a schedule, like the GLOM gave us a schedule, and Cal Links gave us a really good schedule as well. I really liked Cal Links on how they did organize, hey, we'll be open from 8 to 12, probably more for the parents to come while their kids are at school and get things done. As a parent, sometimes I think, how am I going to pay these bills this month? I don't want my kids to know we're struggling. I saw that as they could go while their kid is at school and their kid has no idea that their parents are struggling, but getting resources. And then, if they still need help after that, their kids can go into that private room with somebody. And I saw that as really being beneficial. And again, just offering evenings is probably key in all of this, because my mom probably wouldn't let me go to an after-school program. She would maybe want to be with me at a program. So those evening hours I see benefiting there, so that families can be together and engage in that. So I really liked how Cal Links organized their time there. With the Youth Leadership Institute, is it Jesse? I see anybody coming in South Merced and being comfortable seeing Jesse and others that look like him. And same with is it Glom? Glom, like, hey, that guy looks like me. I saw that community there being like, I can go in and talk to them and not be intimidated by them. for me, Mexican, I still call myself a young woman. I still feel intimidated by people that don't look like me. And I think I stepped into this position being like uncomfortable, but knowing that people who look like me need to speak up but won't. So I took this as like, I'm going to speak up for those who are maybe too shy or intimidated, and I'm going to just get out of my shell and speak for people that look and feel like me. My husband is African American. My kids are mixed. So I wanted to make, I love Merced and know what Merced is capable of. So that's why I came into this position. So when I looked at every single candidate, I just honestly looked at young me who doesn't have a career right now. How would I feel comfortable going into any of these, with any of these people and feel welcomed? I will say I loved everyone's presentation and ultimately did feel like I can go into into this youth center and get resources. But yeah, that's my opinion. I could cry right now because at the end of the day, all of you guys just have this community in your mind and wanting to grow it and make it a better place. People always want to say they want to leave Merced, but when my husband and I decided to have a family, we wanted to stay in Merced. And that's ultimately how are we keeping people in Merced and feeling safe. So just my opinion. I have Cal Links as my top priority for this so far. Youth Leadership Institute second, and Merced College third. And then however you guys feel. And I'm kind of staring at them. I'm sorry, I don't want to act like I'm ignoring you guys, but it's our discussion.
I feel like I can cut the tension with a knife in the room. This is such a major decision, and I think I felt the weight of it when we gathered last month on how heavy it was, and that's why we ultimately decided to come together again to really hear everyone speak on their, organization's behalf. After hearing everyone tonight, again, it still doesn't make it much easier because I can see how devoted you guys are to your organizations, how, you showed up and you had people that came along with you. So touching on what Commissioner Holloway had said, I know when I was younger too, I grew up in an impoverished part of a town, and college didn't seem quite like an option, not knowing the resources that were available to me, and had there not been things like financial aid or counselors that I got in touch with at high school that really stood in the way for me to kind of educate me and to advocate for me, I wouldn't have gone on to receive a higher education. It just wasn't, in the means. And so I hear what they're saying with Merced College, and I see that I believe is it the K through 12 program that's free for children? So I do like that there is access for people of all backgrounds and income, and the programs that are offered there. I am kind of with Commissioner Smith too about everyone coming together and collaborating. I liked the spirit of, I think he may no longer be in the room, but he was speaking on Jennifer Jones' behalf, the foundation behalf, and really wanting to collaborate. So I encourage, again, for whatever decision is made tonight, that you guys do reach out to each other and see how you can continue to serve the community without title and everything, but everyone come together for the greater good. In regards to Cal Links, that was one that I had also felt aligned with. And I saw that it had I think they said 10.1 million received in grants. I wasn't sure, and the question came to my mind after. I apologize for not being able to ask at that time, but I think you said that there were 6 different cities that you guys are serving in the county.
Just, excuse me, really quick, we have millions of viewers online, so would you step up to the microphone just so our live stream captures your comments? Thank you so much. If the commissioner asks an explicit question to a proposer, they're more than welcome to respond. Yep.
Yeah, so the funding I have is through DHCS, which is the State Department program. I was awarded 8.2 million. And the application that I put together is for some of that money to be funneled to other organizations. My background is public health, so I have an intent to actually share the funding with other organizations. And right now I've been talking to United Way. I'm very close with behavioral health with Alexandra, who also gave us the contract for 400,000 for transitional rent. So we have a lot of backing, and the funding is not intended just for Cal Links. It's really to uplift other organizations as well. So we're a community hub, and we do the billing for other organizations and admin. There's a lot to share, but I don't want to take too much time.
Thank you. And then I think one of the reasons why we put a pause to, that I was supportive of the pause, is because I do believe that representation matters, and that the South Merced doesn't get as much, there's a imbalance in our city, and so the representation, again, I think it does matter, having people that can relate culturally or even be able to speak the language. Being multilingual is important to be able to, help those that may not understand. And I think, again, you touched on a good part too about if there was going to be Merced College put in place, or any of these groups in place, are the applications going to be solely digital, or are we going to have support for some of our people that may not even own a computer in their home, or that may need help understanding how to fill out a form and whatnot? I just, I don't know that we are to, motion at this point, but those are my thoughts. And I did see the relatability too of Jesse at YLI, and I really like what you guys are doing there, and same with GLOM. So thank you. I'll turn it over to another commissioner. Not that I can think of.
Okay, I'm gonna do my best, okay? But thank you everybody who applied. We appreciate it. We had a really robust discussion. Again, representation, like everyone keeps saying, does matter. So in my opinion too, it would be CalLink, YLI, and GLOM. So thank you.
I'm not as eloquent as my other commissioners, so I'm going to go ahead and I got some notes. I'm going to read off some paper here. I want to start by acknowledging the effort and passion behind everybody that presented tonight. It's clear that each organization here cares deeply about youth in our community, and that matters. That said, my support is for Merced College. For me, this comes down to capacity, consistency, and proven impact. The college brings established curriculum, experienced staff, and a track record of delivering programs at scale. Their access to funding is a huge strength. It means they can offer broader access, more stable programming, and the long-term sustainability for the youth we're trying to serve. Equally important, this proposal directly addresses a gap we've heard about repeatedly, bringing meaningful youth programming to the south side of the city. That alignment with community needs carries a lot of weight in my support for the college. I also want to be very clear. My support of the college is not a vote against the other organizations. Many of you brought forward strong, thoughtful ideas and absolutely have a place in our community. If anything, I would encourage continued collaboration. At the end of the day, our responsibility is to recommend the option that maximizes reach, reliability, and benefits to the greatest number of young people. For those reasons, I will be supporting the college's proposal. And then my alternates are Community Commons and YLI.
No, unfortunately, your decision-making has to be public. So I have, I would encourage you guys to keep track of your colleagues' comments, just for the sake of making a motion, so that that's informed. But there was an applicant that was asked an explicit question. For any of our applicants that may be looking for clarification, or you may be looking for clarification on anything that they proposed, I'd suggest you guys take the opportunity to consider any questions of clarification you may have for anybody before you entertain a motion. So just considering what was proposed, if there's anything you've made statements on or have ruminating that you have unclarity on or would like confirmation of, might be wise to ask now before a motion's made.
I think too, we should remember that a couple months ago, we formed a subcommittee, and that subcommittee did recommend Merced College's proposal.
I feel like Merced College is a safe choice. I feel like it's the man your mom wants you to marry. But your heart is telling you no. That's just how I'm sorry. That's just how, like, I know they'll be able to financially maintain it. I know it'll be taken care of. I see their long-term goal. I really do. But I think our other youth centers who are currently renting are so unique and so fun for the community. Like, the Boys and Girls Club is like really big, but every time they come and present, I just feel like it's so like structured to our students, and they don't ever come in and talk about like the Boys and Girls Club of the world is doing this. They'll come in and be like, in Merced, we are doing this, you know, and with your kids. And, you know, we have Hispanic and African American and Asian. Like, every time they come and bring in pictures, and there's kids that we know in those pictures. And, you know, we've seen you in some of these pictures. I just think that's what's so special and about the ones that we currently have. You know, they're just, the other ones besides Boys and Girls Club, they're just, it feels so homey and so welcoming when we got to take the tours of them. It was just like, I can see myself as a kid going into there and being like, I want to hang out here. I feel cool here. Really thinking about like the youth. I'm a teacher. You may think I'm crazy, but I enjoy middle school kids. They enjoy me and then they don't. But I think they're just the ones who aren't looked at a lot. We focus on high school kids and getting them ready for college, yes, but I was looking for the demographic to be a little younger, I guess, for this, who's ever renting this here. Middle school, early high school, and yes, of course, beyond. And then I saw that with the Youth Leadership Institute, and I liked how they're already partnering up with Alicia Reyes. I can see them doing a ton of community events too, in the evenings, on the weekends, even like vendor fairs or just again, staying local and keeping it local. And then Cal Links I really liked for the parents in that community and the access of resources they would have, and the kids during their after-school program. So I guess I will have a question for Merced College because my mom wants me to marry you. How are you going to let the community know you are welcome here? Come here. This is for all of you. Do not be intimidated by us. You walked in and it's a beautiful building. Yes, but why can my mom, who said, don't even think about college, that building is not for us, how are you going to say this building is for you? Come here. And again, please don't feel like I am picking on you guys. I went to Merced College. I hope when my kids apply one day, you'll accept their applications. But yeah, I want to know this. I want you to let me know, like, you are welcome here and your mother is correct. Listen to her.
Yeah, if you could write down Holloway, we want to make no, listen, South Merced is really important to us. It is a population that we feel like we can do a much better job serving. Over the last 10 years, I'm in my 10th year as president, and look, don't let my face fool you. I'm a first-generation college student myself. I didn't know the difference between student fees and financial aid. I thought they were the same. They were both costing me money in my mind, So I get it. I was confused as well. Both of my parents, neither one of them went to college. My dad did HVAC work. My mom was a secretary at a elementary school. We're passionate about the students we serve. And there's no comparison here. I mean, the community partners you guys are discussing are serving amazing, are all serving our community. But that is Merced College's mission, is access. That's what we do. I will not be the one that opens the door at the center, welcoming them into the center. I'll be there as much as I can. But we will make sure, as we do with all of our programs, and I'm assuming even Commissioner Holloway, when you came to Merced College, you saw people who looked like you, that spoke your language, that walked in your shoes, that lived in South Merced. A couple of our trustees wanted to be here tonight. Carmen Ramirez is one of them. She grew up in South Merced. Her parents' home was just down the road from Stephen Leonard Park. And she couldn't be here tonight, but she wanted to be here for that very reason, to share that story that you shared about wanting to see people that her mom could relate to. Her parents met at Merced College taking an ESL class 30, 40 years ago. And so, yes, you're seeing a few administrators here tonight. If we had all of our team, you would see a diversity. I'm talking senior administrators to everyone running our college. You would see a community that reflects the community that we serve. We will make sure that's the case at Stephen Leonard Park. Our staff speaks multiple languages. We make sure that we have individuals in counseling that can relate to and help with any student that's seeking access. To answer your question specifically, we will do multiple outreach events, one of which will start with surveying. And that won't just be electronically or by phone. We'll go door to door, and we'll make sure we get really good survey responses. Because what we want to make sure of, we can all sit here and tell you when the hours of operation will be and what services we'll have and how many staff. What we will make sure of is that the individuals living in that community have a center that meets their needs. And we've done that time and time again. We have an ag tech program, and the ag tech program, which by the way received the largest grant in the country competing against four-year institutions because of this very question, by the way. The ag tech program was created to serve incumbent farm workers that's going to lose their jobs due to robotics and automation and technology. We partnered with community organizations to do the largest farm worker survey in the country. Over 11,000 farm workers trusted us with our community partners to give us the authentic answers to what they needed as a part of that program. That's where we started. So the entire program was built on what the students, the end students needed, the population that we were developing the program for from scratch, from the beginning. And now it is a robust program that's in English and in Spanish. It's it is the first competency-based education program in the state of California. And that's because what they told us is, one, they're not all gonna speak English. And industry told us we don't care if they speak English. So we said, why would we just offer a program in English? So we did it in Spanish. It's a free program. We did it non-credit. They pay no tuition. And they told us that we may come to you with competencies that we already have. We don't need to go through a 2-year program. We might come to you and be able to show mastery of competencies and get through your program in 3 weeks because of 30 years working in the fields and understanding the technology. Some of us maybe need longer. So that's just a long way of saying we meet students where they're at. That's what we do. We've always done that. Once we get those survey results, we will do community outreach events. We'll bring people to us. We'll throw huge parties. We'll use programs like College for Kids to really build relationships with moms and dads and grandparents and aunts and uncles. And we'll make sure that we are partnering with community organizations to really get the message out to the populations that told us what they need. We have a really good, robust outreach team. They go all over the county. From all walks of life, all education levels, all languages, all colors, and they do a phenomenal job representing the population of Merced County. And it's not all electronic, by the way. That is, when we do outreach, it's not, we don't just focus on cell phones and younger generations. That's part of our survey. That's what we ask. We want to know, how do you want to be communicated with? What does that look like? And we meet them where they're at. If they need to do a paper application, that's what the center's for. That's why we want to be there front and center. We know that there are barriers to get people to that big campus that people are afraid of. We want to meet them there, where they're in their own community. They can walk to the center. They can talk to someone in whatever language they have and start wherever they need, including with an ESL class if that's what they need, because that's where a lot of people start. And so I 100% get where you're coming from. I also want to say that we're not UC Merced. I love my partners at UC Merced. That is, when I hear you guys describing an institution of higher education, that's what I hear you describing, this amazing place that has quadrillions of dollars to serve any student. That's not Merced College's foundation. That's not who we are. We're a place of very humble beginnings, most of us very humble beginnings, that's out to serve the communities that you heard about today and in front of this commission. That's what Merced College is about, access and serving individuals who normally wouldn't have access to education. That's why we want to be in South Merced. It's a really big part of our mission. And listen, if we're not at Stephen Leonard Park, we'll be somewhere. This isn't something that was just an idea. This is a part of our educational master plan. We are passionate about having a presence in South Merced. That's laser focus on what we're going to be doing. So answer the question, long about way of doing it, but yeah, okay, thank you.
Oh, sorry. I think with the community, a lot of people, and this is the vibe that I got from our last meeting, is they have money, they have resources. Why are we giving the building to somebody who doesn't need it? They do need it. They have provided evidence that they do need it. But then I do see these more, I don't want to say local, but smaller businesses, I don't want to say businesses, organizations, thank you, saying we don't afford it. Help us, give us that step, you know, help push me in, you know, like be my tow truck. I'm stuck in the mud, but I can do so much more. And that's a lot of what I heard at, and I guess that's why I didn't agree with the subcommittee last meeting, is because they were, and I get that you're not UC Merced, but it's still like they have money and we don't. Not that we don't, but you know what I'm just, you know what I'm trying to get at? Like we can get the community there, but we just need help and a place, and that's what I ultimately feel is our responsibility, to be the, okay, we'll get you there, now prove everybody that we made the right decision. And I think I don't want to speak for you two, but I feel like you felt that as well last meeting, like
I felt that in the room.
Yes.
And what I'll say after hearing everyone speak tonight, some of the issues that I was concerned about with some of the smaller organizations, in particular with the common one being that they had so many, community commons, was that they had so many resources, but I was concerned that that having so many people, that the direction may be hard to point in one way, or even responsibility if something were to happen. It's great to have a lot of people on board to help, but if the direction may be not so focused, or if something were to happen, then who does it fall on? So sometimes it's good to have everyone that shares in the credit of something when it's going well, but if there were an incident, then who is going to take the responsibility for that? I've served on some nonprofit organizations, and having multiple people, sometimes the bigger the team, the harder it is to really choose a direction to go. But with, again, I was going with community, or sorry, city, oh my goodness, I'm forgetting now. Sorry, so many names and different windows open. Cal Links, I liked a lot of their vision too, but the reason I think that I support Merced College is because, kind of in the same way that you were saying, them having the biggest resources, and I think it's going to take resources and a plan in order to help the people that are in need, and the fact that they have kind of everything in place to help those, and that they're willing to do the survey. I think they said how much it was that was invested in there already, that they have put forth to get the feedback of the community. 26,000, somewhere around there, shows that they're willing to listen to the people that are in the community. So, but I feel that what you were saying about, it seems like almost an obvious choice, but then we hear the cries of, you know, I'll say not underdogs, but the people that are without as much, without
Resources.
I guess as large of a piece of the pie. And I think the thing that it comes down to is just having a little bit of that trust. It's hard to decide and to put trust in any organization without seeing it go forth first. So I hope you guys can empathize with how difficult this decision is to make. But honestly, with the resources that Merced College has, I feel most comfortable with them being able to be in the building to help those that are in need. And I saw a wide range of services that they also offer when they talked about helping those with like resources to food or WIC, or I know that they did a CPR training before and other medical type things, and that they are serving from K through 12 with a free education. So I saw some of things that I saw in some of the other organizations that I really liked being offered also at that entity. My second, I guess, to put it clear in order, since I have been definitive, I'd say Merced College, and then Cal Links and YLI would be my three.
I grew up in Southside Merced. I lived a block from Stephen Leonard Park, 840 S Street, in the hood, south side of Merced. I like the fact that you want to put a college in the hood, but what you gonna do with the rest of the park? It's a splash pad there, it's a basketball court, it's a skating park. What we gonna do for the community, the people that live there? Everybody's not gonna go to college. So we gotta I would like to see some collaborate with somebody else so we can utilize the whole park as one. It's a splash pad there. It's a splash pad at the park. It's a basketball court. It's a skating park. So we have to figure out what we're gonna do to come together as one in Southside Merced. And you gotta think about the safety. It's a lot of crime going on, so we gotta figure this all out. The building gotta be a home to the community and the people that live there in that community. Everybody ain't gonna go to college, but they're gonna be looking for somebody, big brother or big sister program where kids can come out and they can hang out and be able to learn something. I would like to see not just the college level, I would like to see them bring it down to a lower level for when the kids get out of school, they can come over there and they can learn something. They can do some activities, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I would like to see. I would like to see some youth programs being run in the hood, the south side of Merced. Thank you.
Mr. Smith, do you have any questions for any of the applicants about those items, what their plans might be for that area? Or do you have any recommendations of who you want to see move forward for council's consideration?
I would like to see, there's a lot of programs, there's a lot of good programs right here. But the college is a great idea, but it's a park. We're talking about a building and a park. We're talking about a splash pad. We're talking about a basketball court. We're talking about a skating rink. If you go over there and you see it, you see what I'm talking about. I grew up right there. I played basketball there. So you gotta recruit the people in the neighborhood. You gotta get the people to come out, to be safe and have somewhere to go. I don't have all the solutions, but we gotta, you got the college in the building, and then we got the kids outside running around. How we gonna come together? Maybe somebody else can come in. They can be dealing with the kids. You know what I mean? They got a splash pad. You got the program going with the university, the college, and the kids got something going on. Or everybody get a little shirt or something, and they can make them all use. You see, Merced College little students, make them feel good. Put them on a different level, because if you believe it, you can achieve it. And believe that. Thank you.
At this point in the discussion, Mr. Smith, do you have any recommendations of who you want to see move forward for council? Not a formal motion or anything, but just where your mind is at right now on.
Right now, I would like to see maybe the GLM in there. I would like to see youth dealing with youth. I would like to see some kids, some young men dealing with young people in the program. We're saying we got to come together as one. We got to because if you got a college program in the building, keep it realistic. Then you got all these kids running around with nobody, you know what I'm saying? We need a program to keep the kids going on something, give them something to do. Like I said, social media is still in and fentanyl is killing. So we got to do something with our children. We got to, because everybody ain't gonna want to go to school. But I know if I was there as a young man and I seen a college building with college going on and I'm outside, I want to know what's going on in that building. It's just like going to church and you see a steeple, right? But you want to know if the God really in there? Sometimes we wonder. But anyway, I would just like to see everybody come together. We got to get something going on both ends. So if you can catch them young, at a young age, and they can get interested in going to college, that'd be cool. You know what I mean? They can go in there and learn a little something. Because to me personally, off the record, I believe when you get to the 10th grade, the 11th, 12th grade, you should learn a trade. Not your ABCs. You should be able to know something. So when you step out of college, you have a trade. You can go do something. You know what I mean? You can go get a job. You know what I'm saying? So these kids is trying to figure it out. I just sent my son to Job Corps. He's trying to figure it out. So we need something for these kids at a certain level. When they're 15 and 16, they can go do something. They don't have to just step out and say, I got a diploma with nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, so I wrote down, I'm just taking some notes on each commissioner's statement. So far, Mr. Smith, I have Glom. Do you have any other recommendations? Okay.
I think I would love to just see these Cal Links or the Youth Leadership Institute, the Community Commons or GLOM, just work with Merced College to, like, I know you said you guys would get there somehow, right? If we didn't go with you guys, getting with the person who is in the building and saying, how can we get these families to Merced College? And maybe you guys interacting with them on Tuesday, we're gonna have a field trip to Merced College, and we'll take the parents, we'll take the high school student and the parent, and we will go and see the campus and see what it has to offer, type of thing. Maybe a parent wants to go to college and you have Cal Links here and it's between 8 and 2 and the parents has the kid at school and they can go tour the campus and Merced College can show them how they could create their schedule, work with a counselor, and you don't have to find daycare. Your kid can go to school from 8 to 3 and you can come to class from 9 to 1 and we'll show you how to do that. I see that being such a great impact and taking them from there. Like if Merced College just came in with one of these community organizations and help them from there, I see that, again, just my opinion, as being less intimidating to these parents. Going with a couple, maybe their neighbor, hey, I'm gonna go, do you wanna come check it out with me? And I know last time Merced College said they were working with the bus and had a contract with them. Like, maybe we can all get on the bus and go check out Merced College and head from there and see what they can offer, because Merced College already has those offices and resources where they're currently at. Maybe I just think these organizations can really work with Merced College, as starting with them and then going to the college rather than it just being straight to college. And I love the surveying but then how many people are answering their door is what I think. Like if there's a weird person at my Ring doorbell, I'm looking at them for like 10 minutes before I'm gonna open the door. Like I wanna see if they'll leave a message or say something. Or is it real? Like, you know, like, oh, can anyone buy a Merced College shirt and come to my house and say they're with Merced College? What do they want to do with me? But like, I hear laughter because I feel like you guys kind of agree, but I can see CalLinks, I can see the Youth Leadership Institute. And if they don't want to go to college, then that Youth Leadership Institute being like, you don't have to go to college. But if you do, we do have Merced College here, but let us show you what else is out there too. You don't have to make this one decision. Yeah, it's such a hard decision, you guys. I really just, I want everyone to succeed. The community commons, I haven't seen much LGBT community shown here, and I want to point that out. I have many friends and family who have outed them, and I have welcomed them in or let them know that I'm here for them because I'm wanting to make them feel welcomed. And I heard what you guys had to say last time you were here. I just want you all to succeed. In a perfect world, we would have enough money to have 5 buildings and put everybody in there. And I hope to see Merced be that one day. Again, that's why I'm here on this board, so we can have that opportunity for everybody one day. But realistically, what can we do now? How can it affect the community now? Because I know we need to get this filled in quickly. I guess, can we all just say who our number 1 is at this point, and then, yeah. Should I start and go this way, or what do you guys want? Okay, I'm gonna go with CalLinks.
Mic is on. I love the fact that Merced College, I went to Merced College, don't get it twisted. I learned my ABCs. But my way of thinking is like, it's in the hood. It's in South Merced, and we're gonna have a college, and you're gonna have certain people, everybody ain't gonna wanna come over in the hood. So you're gonna have a youth college over there. So you gotta think, outside the box. Let's keep it realistic. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's a park there. The homeless might want to hang out there. You're gonna have some type of security. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got it's got a sidewalk. It ain't like it's got a parking lot. It's a building. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a youth center where kids can come, and it got shade, and it's different. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. So if you did run a program there, you would probably want something else going on besides the college. You know what I'm saying? And I was just sitting here thinking myself, well, I coach and Jesse coach. And being a little kid with a little shirt on saying college, they can think that. If they think they're going to college or something like that, we gotta change our children's way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? But I know if it's a college program and you got a youth program going outside with the kids collaborating as one, we got to come together as a team and become one and become a force in this community. We're falling apart. So we got to do something that's going to bring us all together, as one. And, like I said, I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I went to college and I was learning my ABCs, and it wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? I dropped out and I had to start life and try to figure something out, So I can see the college there, and then I can see the other big picture when the kids get out of school, they cheeky and come across the street. Are they gonna be getting in the way with the classes? But you got somebody outside taking care of that, elaborating with another program that's got the kids doing something. You know what I'm saying? You've got everybody's doing something. Everybody's looking out for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's scratching everybody's back in the community. And that's what we need to do, to come together as one. Thank you.
Mr. Smith, just for clarification, earlier you had mentioned Guam as being your number 1
Yes.
top choice. Are you comfortable with that? Yeah. Okay. Mr. Bauer?
Merced College.
I had a question in regards to Merced College for trades and vocational things. I know you guys had mentioned the ag tech program. Are there any other types of things that you guys do for like carpentry or for construction or welding, other types of things that you guys offer there?
Yeah,
Okay.
we have dozens of workforce training programs that aren't your traditional degree programs for transfer. We have two major missions at the college. One's transfer and the other's career. And so many students come to us for a semester to get an industry certification, welding, automotive, HVAC, electrical, ag tech, computer science, networking, cybersecurity. I mean, literally any of the private trade schools in the Valley that we're competing with, they're charging $50,000 for these students. We're doing for free. Medical assisting, admin office assisting, clerical, the list goes on. And our idea with the center is to really do what Mr. Smith is recommending, and that is connect them with the center, meet them where they're at. We can't offer every single program at the center. Our goal is to get them connected with that center, get them all the resources they need. We do have a partnership with the bus, and
Okay.
so they get a free pass to the bus to go anywhere in the county as a student. They can go to the main campus or to the downtown center to get those resources. So the short answer is we have literally every workforce training program and certificate that is offered in the state of California for the most part.
Okay, and then the bus pass, is that to everyone you had mentioned earlier for a 0.5 credit or half a credit? Is that for all students?
Yeah, so the bus pass is a part of the transportation fee that when you enroll at the college. I mentioned earlier, most of our students, 70% plus, is that 70% plus, they all qualify for financial aid. So by and large, most of our students get the pass as a part of their student membership or their membership or their enrollment fee at the college. That also includes all the other services, health access. They also get even if you're a non-credit student, you get access to what we call timely care, which is medical services, telehealth medical services. So if you have a cold and need an antibiotic, as a student at Merced College, you call into timely care. The wait time's less than 5 minutes, and you have access to medical assistance as well as mental health counseling as a part of that. So there's just a slew of services that our students get just by virtue of being enrolled as a student at Merced College. But the short answer is yes.
Okay, and then one other question. The survey that is going out, is there a question on there regarding what classes they would like to see being offered?
Yeah, the intent of the survey is to ask about interest, whether it's if their goal is transfer, what we need to do to reach out to them as far as transfer, or if it's at one of those career pathways, the technical programs, the workforce programs. So we'll ask interest in those programs. We'll ask questions about preferred language, support services, barriers, modalities, access to technology, internet. And just like we do with all of our programs, the goal is to remove those barriers as a part of our equity plan. We have resources in place to remove those barriers to make sure we meet those students where they're at.
Okay, thank you.
You bet.
I'd like to stick with my decision for Merced College.
I want to stick with Cal Links.
I have Mr. Bauer, Merced Community College, Ms. Holloway, Cal Links, Mr. Smith Glom, Ms. Lewis, Merced Community College, and Ms. Abong, Cal Links. And for the number one, it looks like there is a tie between Merced Community College and Cal Links, each having 2 votes for the number one to advance for council's consideration.
So should we re-vote with only those two?
Sure. I'd ask Mr. Smith if he's comfortable with that. As the,
Okay, so Cal Links for me. Cal Links or Merced College for you.
Yeah, Merced College. Yeah.
Mr. Bauer?
Still Merced College.
Okay.
Merced College.
Cal Links.
Okay. So with a 3-2 vote, we'll advance Merced Community College as the number one recommendation. And then we need 2 alternates from the commission to take for council's consideration as well.
Would we like to consider Cal Links as first runner-up and then Glom as second runner-up? You guys feel comfortable with that decision?
I'm comfortable with Cal Links as a second.
Me too.
I'm comfortable with that too.
Okay.
So we'd still need a second alternate though.
Do you want the second alternate to the Glom? Do you guys feel comfortable with that?
I'm comfortable.
I wanted to do YLI.
Okay. Should we take a vote?
Sure.
Okay, I'll do the Glom. Say it in the mic.
Glom.
Glom.
So with 4-1, then the recommendation would be at this point, Merced Community College, Cal Links, and Glom. Okay, so staff will need a formal motion from the commission with a second to move forward with this decision, unless the commission has any further discussion they want to have.
So could we adopt a motion recommending Merced Community College be awarded a 5-year lease agreement for the Stephen Leonard Youth Center with Cal Links as the first alternate and Glom being the second alternate?
I motion to send them to city council for the Stephen Leonard Youth Center. In the order of, sorry, number 1, Merced College, number 2, Cal Links, and number 3, Glom. Thank you.
Can I get a second?
I second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Member Bong and a second by Commissioner Member Lewis. Commissioners, please cast your votes. All right, motion passes unanimously.
All right, so staff will move forward with the motion as so moved. I want to thank all of the applicants at this point in the process. This has been a long, arduous, a lot of energy and passion went into everybody's application. I want to thank the subcommittee members of this commission that helped with the initial review and all of you for your time this evening. Also, just as a point of reference, we do have multiple youth or community centers that are open for service agreements every 3 years. I know several of the applicants in this case have also applied to potentially use those in the past. We would encourage you to continue your advocacy and your hard work in looking at other venues down the road. And we look forward to partnering with everybody in whatever capacity we may be able to do so. Thank you, Council, Commission.
We will now continue with agenda item H, business, request to add item to a future agenda.
With how soon we're getting someone into the building, how soon can we get them to come and demonstrate what they've done so far? Is that like to add to this agenda, or do you suggest maybe the following one?
I would suggest probably a month out, probably June. The reason being, we still have to do a lease agreement that the tenants that are selected by council in the middle of
Yeah.
May will need to be approved by and come to terms with. And at that point, once the lease agreement is solidified, we would come back to commission, letting you know that it has been awarded formally and a plan for a move-in date and open for operation date.
Got it, thank you.
Anyone else before we move on to the next agenda item? All right, agenda item H2, commission comments. Agenda item,
Can we go back? Actually, wanted to share that I took my son to Rahilly Park for Earth Day, and we got published on, I think it was the Merced County Times on Instagram. So, yeah, wanted to share.
Oh,
yeah. And I took him to the grand opening of Kittyland. He enjoyed the train.
Yeah, I can't wait to do the train. I wasn't able to go this weekend, but I'm excited to check it out.
I guess I'll add to, for the General Feng Pao Park that is coming, I saw that was posted, and I saw someone inquiring also about when the project will take place. I saw that it said summer 2026, but there was a little ambiguity on when it may have a plan for completion. Can we maybe add that to the next agenda?
Absolutely. We are scheduled to break ground in May. We are hoping to go to council May 4th for an award of the construction of phase 1. And that phase has a term of May through September 30th and being required to be complete. And so that's why we're shooting for that date. I think the summer terminology that was used was reflective more of our Central Valley heat than it was the specific calendar month that it was going to be complete. So it will be completed when it is nice and warm still in Merced. So,
Okay, very
just for
nice.
clarification. And we will notify commission and ask for your participation in the ground breaking that will happen. We'll award construction. This will take place before our next commission meeting, so just for your awareness, we will award construction, have a project kickoff meeting with our contractor, and at that point, we will know when we expect to break ground, and we'll do a formal groundbreaking to which all of you will be invited.
Okay, I would really be interested in helping plant a tree or something.
Oh, great, great.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yep.
agenda item I, adjournment.
Could we adopt a motion to adjourn, please?
Motion to adjourn.
I second.
Okay.
I have a motion by Commissioner Member Lewis and a second by Commissioner Member Abong. Commissioners, please cast your votes. All right, motion passes unanimously. Meeting end time 7:51.